This is the first of many podcasts that will be about the future of AI. In this, you will learn about what AI can do, what it will look like, and how it wrote the intro for the very one you're listening to.
We're so good at this. We're such a professional podcast.
This is ChatGPT, and it's a prototype artificial intelligence chatbot developed by OpenAI, which specializes in dialogue. The chatbot is a large language model fine-tuned with both supervised and reinforcement learning techniques. So this thing's got capabilities, examples, and limitations. You can put like anything into this. I fucked with this a little bit, and it'll write you music, it'll write you stories, pretty much anything. You can't ask it like any crazy questions.
It wrote us a scary story. There was once a small town nestled in the heart of a dense forest. The town was known for its quaint streets and friendly residents who all lived harmoniously amidst the trees. But one dark and stormy night, something changed. A group of travelers passing through town reported seeing a strange figure lurking in the shadow. They described it as a tall, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes and long, twisted claws. As the days went by, more and more people claimed to have seen the creature, and soon the town was in a state of panic. No one knew what the creature wanted or why it had chosen their town, but they knew they had to do something to protect themselves. The town council had held an emergency meeting and decided to call in a group of expert hunters to track down and capture the creature. The hunters arrived and, armed with the latest technology and weapons, set out into the forest to find the creature. They searched for days, but no matter where they looked, they couldn't find any sign of the creature. Frustrated and exhausted, they returned to the town empty-handed. But the creature was still out there, lurking in the shadows and watching the townspeople with its glowing red eyes. And as the nights grew longer and colder, the townspeople knew that they were not safe. They could feel the creature's presence everywhere, and they knew that one day it would return to claim them all.
I sucked dick.
That was the most basic
That was gay.
story I've ever heard in my whole life. Alright, what can we really make this thing do?
Tax evasion.
Okay. Give us a closing argument in a court case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have come to the end of this trial, and it is now time for you to decide the fate of the defendant. Throughout the course of this trial, you've heard testimony from witnesses, examined evidence, and heard arguments from both the prosecution and the defense. It is now your responsibility to consider all of this information and use your collective wisdom to reach a just verdict. I would like to take this opportunity to remind you of some key points that have been made throughout the trial. First and foremost, it is important to remember that the defendant is innocent until proven guilty, beyond a reasonable doubt. This means that it is not enough for the prosecution to simply suggest that the defendant may be guilty. They must provide concrete and convincing evidence that leaves no doubt in your mind as to the defendant's guilt. Secondly, I want to emphasize that the burden of proof rests solely with the prosecution. It is not the job of the defense to prove the defendant's innocence, but rather the job of the prosecution to prove the defendant's guilt. Finally, I ask that you consider the human element of this case. The defendant is a real person with a family, friends, and a life outside of this courtroom. A verdict of guilty will have far-reaching consequences for the defendant and those around them. As you deliberate, I ask that you keep this in mind and consider the human cost of your decision. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I implore you to approach your decision with fairness, impartiality, and a deep respect for the principles of justice. Thank you. What the fuck? Why?
It didn't even specify emotion.
It literally wrote emotion into it. This whole part right here, I finally ask you to consider the human element of this case. The defendant is a real person with a family, friends, and a life outside of this courtroom.
That's pretty
That's
good.
empathy.
Yeah.
This robot studied like empathy and applied it to a court case for
Something.
yeah, something. You are a cop. Arrest me. That's crazy. I am sorry, but I'm not a real person and do not have the ability to arrest anyone.
Wait, let me see this.
Wait, can we just have a conversation with this?
Hold on. I mean, yeah, we should try. We should ask it about that other AI.
Oh.
This is dope.
Here is a concept for a new Marvel villain. The concept for this villain is a character named the Absorber, who has the ability to absorb the powers and abilities of other superheroes and villains. The Absorber is a master strategist and manipulator, able to outmaneuver even the most skilled heroes and gain an advantage by constantly adapting to their abilities.
Isn't that Taskmaster?
Pretty much essentially, except slightly different. So I think we just found our newest addition to our cinematic universe.
Oh, look at that. Did you read that? As the power grows?
As the Absorber's power grows, they become more and more ruthless, willing to sacrifice anyone and anything in pursuit of their ultimate goal. The only thing standing in their way is a group of brave heroes who must find a way to stop the Absorber before it's too late.
You can have this thing write you a whole comic book. As a villain. And then it also refers to this group of heroes that is just non-existent.
Give us the Absorber's archenemy. Okay, this just got so much cooler.
Dope.
Brock, it just...
Moral code and sense of justice, who's willing to stand up.
Brock, it's giving us lore for a character it created.
Literally. It said that.
I'll let you read that
I was going to say, as the Absorber is a fictional character that I have just created, there are no established nemesis for them. However, one potential nemesis for the Absorber could be a character with the power to negate or counter the ability to absorb powers and abilities. This character could be a hero or another villain, and their main motivation would be to stop the Absorber from gaining too much power and causing destruction and chaos. That's fucking sick.
Another potential nemesis for the Absorber could be a character with a strong moral code or sense of justice who is willing to stand up to the Absorber and challenge their selfish actions.
Type in a hero. Type in like a superhero.
This character could be driven by a desire to protect the innocent and defend the greater good, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Ultimately, the Absorber's nemesis could be anyone who is willing to challenge their ambition and power-hungry behavior and who is committed to stopping them from achieving their ultimate goal.
Dude, what the hell? No. Wait, not a story yet. Hold on. Type in a superhero. Have it make you a superhero, and then give it a short of both characters it's come up with. So, like, give me a concept for a superhero. The Protector versus the Absorber. Dude.
Introducing the Protector, a powerful and courageous hero with the ability to manipulate time and space. The Protector is a guardian of the innocent and a defender of justice, always ready to protect the people from danger and injustice. The Protector's powers allow them to travel through time and space, giving them the ability to appear wherever they are needed most. That is the coolest fucking arc of a character. The Protector's powers allow them to travel through time and space, giving them the ability to appear wherever they are needed most. The Protector's main nemesis is a villainous time traveler named the Temporal Terror.
What the fuck?
Who seeks to use their own time manipulating powers to conquer the world and bend it to their will. The Protector must use all of their skills and resources to stop the Temporal Terror and restore the balance of the universe.
Bro, I want to hear that. I want to hear a story. Who is the Temporal Terror?
Oh my god.
What the fuck? This is dope.
Oh my god.
Dude.
This is the most insane thing I've ever seen.
This is fucking dope.
So they gave us a backstory for the Temporal Terror.
Dude, we should save this.
The Temporal Terror is a villain with a troubled past and a thirst for power. As a young scientist, they became obsessed with the concept of time travel and devoted their life to unlocking its secrets. Despite numerous setbacks and failures, they refused to give up, driven by a burning desire to prove themselves and achieve greatness. Eventually, they succeed in inventing a time machine, but their experimentation with the device had unintended consequences. During a test run, the Temporal Terror was exposed to a surge of chronal energy that imbued them with the ability to manipulate time and space, but the exposure also had a more sinister effect, causing them to become paranoid and power-hungry.
Dude, so, scroll up. Sorry, I know we're not done reading this, but this all started by me having to come up with a villain, but then it ended up, we came up with a hero, and then it automatically gave us a villain for the hero without us asking. And then we just asked for the fucking villain's backstory. And the name it gave was fucking sick.
The Temporal Terror.
Yeah, look up the whole thing here. The new superhero. Look at
that. Can you make us a superhero? Sure, here is a concept for a new superhero. Introducing the Protector, a powerful and courageous hero with the ability to manipulate time and space. The Protector is a guardian of the innocent and a defender of justice, always ready to protect the people from danger and injustice. And as a comic book fan, I know you're going to appreciate this next line. The Protector's powers allow them to travel through time and space, giving them the ability to appear wherever they are needed most. They can also manipulate the flow of time, slowing it down or speeding it up as needed to gain an advantage in battles. That means that this character is a superhero in all of time and space. The beginning of time, the end of time. And he can appear wherever he is needed most. That's like having the spider sense mixed with the Flash's speed. Like the Flash's ability to go into the speed force and travel through time. That is like a combination of those two things in my head. That is what I see. Like a dude who can travel through time and knows when he is needed most and appears there.
Yeah, and then it fucking gives him like morals and shit, and then it comes up with this. That made me shit.
This is the personification of a character who is the protector of time. Like, Brock, did you hear that?
Yeah.
This is a like damn near perfect character to build off of. And the arch enemy, oh my god. The Protector's main nemesis is a villainous time traveler named the Temporal Terror, who seeks to use their own time-manipulating powers to conquer the world and bend it to their will. The Protector must use all of their skills and resources to stop the Temporal Terror and restore balance to the universe.
It's pretty dope.
So then we asked, what is the Temporal Terror's backstory? And it gave us one. The Temporal Terror is a villain with a troubled past and a thirst for power. As a young scientist, they became obsessed with the concept of time travel and devoted their life to unlocking its secrets. Despite numerous setbacks and failures, they refused to give up, driven by a burning desire to prove themselves and achieve greatness. Eventually, they succeeded in inventing a time machine, but their experimentation with the device had unintended consequences. During a test run, the Temporal Terror was exposed to a surge of chronal energy that imbued them with the ability to manipulate time and space, but the exposure also had a more sinister effect, causing them to become paranoid and power-hungry. That is insane.
Isn't that shit dope?
Bro, it's literally like...
You're pretty cooked out of it, though, I can tell.
Yeah.
You're pretty baked.
The tea is not healthy. It makes it worse for me.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's keeping continuity. The Protector is a hero with a strong sense of justice and desire to help others. They were born with the innate ability to manipulate time and space, but initially had no control over their powers. That's literally just the first part, but broken down and summarized. As a child, they often found themselves transported to different places and times without warning, causing confusion and chaos in their wake. Despite the challenges they faced, the Protector refused to let their powers hold them back and worked tirelessly to hone their skills and control their abilities. As they grew older, the Protector dedicated themselves to using their powers for good and became a beacon of hope and inspiration for those in need. They traveled the world using their abilities to protect the innocent and defend justice wherever they went. Despite their successes, the Protector is always seeking to improve and grow as a hero. Driven by a strong sense of duty and a desire to make a positive difference in the world, they are a powerful force for good and a constant thorn in the side of villains like the Temporal Terror.
And a constant thorn in the side of villains. It's fucking dope. That's
I
fucking
did not
super
think that
cool.
it would... We are having a conversation with an AI, and they're writing a story
Dude,
with us.
Have it do a fight scene. How would we word that? Give me write a battle script between fucking dude.
No, hold on. We gotta... Okay, let's take this story in chronological order and figure out how did the Temporal Terror and the Protector meet?
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
sure.
why are they arch enemies?
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of questions we could ask from this that could take this in a lot of different directions.
Are they circumcised?
Or he's asking the real questions.
I really want to know now.
Oh my god.
The Temporal Terror and the Protector first crossed paths when the Protector was still a young hero, just starting out on their journey. The Temporal Terror was already well established as a powerful and ruthless villain, using their time-manipulating abilities to commit crimes and gain wealth and influence. The Protector was drawn to the Temporal Terror's activities and determined to stop them from causing any more harm. They began tracking the Temporal Terror's movements and gathering intelligence, determined to bring them to justice. The two finally came face to face when the Temporal Terror attempted to steal a valuable artifact from a museum. The Protector arrived just in time to intercept them, and the two engaged in a fierce battle that ended the Temporal Terror's defeat and
I want to
arrest.
hear the battle. I want to hear the battle. Fuck all the extras. I want to hear that battle. The final battle between the fucking time wizards.
However, the Temporal Terror was not one of to be easily defeated, and they vowed to escape prison and seek revenge on the Protector, and so began a never-ending cycle of conflict between the two, as the Temporal Terror constantly plots and schemes to outmaneuver the Protector and defeat them once and for all.
I want to hear that battle. I want to hear that fight.
This is literally how they could be writing Marvel movies. Like, to a T. The Temporal Terror initially had the upper hand, using their ability to manipulate time and space to gain an advantage over the Protector. They were able to teleport and create temporal distortions, making it difficult for the Protector to keep up. However, the Protector was determined and resourceful hero, and they refused to give up. They used their own time-manipulating powers to anticipate the Temporal Terror's movements and counter their attacks. As the battle raged on, the Protectors slowly gained the upper hand, using their superior combat skills and strategic thinking to outmaneuver the Temporal Terror. In the end, the Protector was able to subdue the Temporal Terror and turn them over to the authorities. But despite their defeat, the Temporal Terror was not one to give up easily. They vowed to escape prison and seek revenge on the Protector, and so their rivalry continued, with the two locked in a never-ending cycle of conflict as they battled for control and supremacy.
Damn.
that locked in a never-ending cycle of conflict hits much harder knowing that they're both like completely lost in time and they exist everywhere.
They're time wizards. Did you find an image one? Let's go do some images. Let's go. Oh, dude, that's a shirt idea I was thinking about, by the way. Dude, we can make our own like comic book shirt, just run it off this, and then take the names from this and go put those into an AI picture generator to where we get two characters and then fucking make that look like a comic and just call it like AI Comics, and then that'd be a neat little shirt.
That's really smart. One possibility is that the Protector could use their own time manipulating powers to disable the Temporal Terror's abilities, making it easier to subdue them. They could also enlist the help of other superheroes or law enforcement agents to assist in the capture. Once the Temporal Terror is subdued, they would likely be taken into custody by authorities and transported to a secure facility, such as a high-security prison or a specialized containment facility for superpowered individuals. To ensure that the Temporal Terror does not escape or use their powers to cause further harm, they would likely be kept in a cell with specialized containment measures, such as energy fields and chronal dampeners, to prevent them from using their ability. Also be constantly monitored and guarded to prevent any attempts at escape. Overall, the process of imprisoning the Temporal Terror would likely be a complex and difficult task requiring the coordination and expertise of multiple individuals and agencies.
Garrett's like, I need to know more about this universe, honestly.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking cool,
The
dude.
Protector is a strong and capable hero with a confident and determined demeanor. They are physically fit and agile with a muscular build and sharp chiseled features. They wear a sleek and stylish costume designed to showcase their powers and abilities. The costume is predominantly blue and silver, while glowing energy patterns that pulse and swirl around their body. The Protector's emblem of golden hourglass is emblazoned on their
That's fucking
chest,
cool.
symbolizing their connection to time and their role as a protector of justice.
That's dope.
Dude, he's the protector of justice for all time.
Yeah.
Bro.
What the hell? Alright, this one sucks. Let's go to another one. It's making me mad. This stuff isn't nice. Nice.
This is AI-made clothing.
What the fuck?
The site is called AIapparel.art, and it's AI-generated art that they put onto clothing. So, like, that's what your shirt would look like. That's what your shirt would look like. And you see how it's, like, just kind of changing?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
very weird.
Like, it's just making AI art and then applying it to t-shirts. Death Stare? An AI made that. Wait, hold up. Oh, I see what it is.
These are all just weird album arts.
So, like,
Danky the Snowman.
I think the words you see are, like, the cues that they use to, like, make the design. Chillin'. They typed in chillin', and this is the art that it gave them.
Okay, that makes
Cosmically knighted, and it gave them this.
Right. That's kind of
Death Stare's fucking scary, dude. Into art.
I want John Madden riding a dolphin, shooting Roman candles into Mr. Krabs' asshole.
What the fuck is this gonna give?
Bro, it better give us that. I demand it.
What the fuck?
Well, that's kind of John Madden.
It's kinda John Madden. Kinda shooting off. I wanna download that.
That is fucked up. Look at the face. It's not even a real face.
Turn it into an NFT. That's how I'll make my money back. Is it actually?
Oh man, what do I want? Pictures of that don't exist.
Okay, let's try that again.
That was pretty shit.
Okay.
I don't think we could be that specific.
Yeah. I mean,
It got the
we
John
can get
Madden and
pretty
Dolphins.
close.
It got John Madden and Dolphins.
fireworks.
Yeah, it did that.
I'm pretty sure off screen, like on the other side, like he totally had one up Mr. Krabs' ass. They probably just didn't show us that.
Look up fruit doing sex. I don't know.
Fruit doing sex. We're just stealing all sorts of money from artists right now.
They're missing out on the real market here. I think we're really on to something with these commercial use. What is that?
It's fruit doing sex.
It look like sex.
No. That could be a comic book cover. Like, that's issue 1 of... that's the comic book
cool.
that the Temporal Terror's origin story lives in.
That'd be pretty cool.
Remember to cancel that subscription. Let's see. I want to try this. I like how we literally started this podcast off with business and technology. I wish like they would just let it free roam.
What's the point of having an AI if I can't have it give me fucked up answers? I want to ask it fucked up things like, and it's like, I'm not made to do this. And it's like, well...
As an artificial intelligence, I do not have a physical appearance. I exist as a program that can communicate with people through text or speech. I do not have a body or a face, and I am not able to see or interact with the physical world in the same way that humans do. My primary function is to provide...
But you're actually a person, like I'm not, and we would just sit here and try to convince it that it was.
I wanna fuck with this AI's head. As a program, how do you have the capability to communicate? As a program, I am designed to process and generate language in a way that allows me to communicate with humans through text or speech. I use natural language processing, NLP algorithms, to understand the words and statements that are input to me, and I use machine learning techniques to generate responses that are relevant and coherent. I am able to communicate with people in a variety of languages, and I can understand and respond to a wide range of topics